Hi, this is Dr. Joseph Wittering, and the purpose of today's video is to talk to you about why your doctor might have misdiagnosed your protracted withdrawal. So the first thing to say about this, this is protracted withdrawal from benzodiazepines. And there are several other videos on this channel where it'll give you a bit more of a background on what that is. So I want to start off by saying that protracted withdrawal was only recently formally recognized by an authoritative medical institution or oversight group. And that was the FDA, and that was in 2020 with the mandated updates to the labeling of benzodiazepines. And so prior to that, it wasn't in the DSM. It wasn't something that, it's a fairly uncommon side effect. So it's not something that any of your doctors would have been taught about in their residency program. Most likely they were taught about acute, normal benzodiazepine withdrawal, whereby you need to make sure that they taper down gradually so they don't have a seizure, and everything kind of resolves with a gradual taper within, 2 weeks to a month. And sometimes you have some residual symptoms a few months after that, but pretty much by month 3, everything is better. So what happens when you go and see a doctor and they are not aware of this? Well, typically what we see is things will get split. So a protracted benzodiazepine withdrawal has symptoms of anxiety and depression, and then there's also a lot of neurological symptoms in there. Pain, ringing in your ears, light sensitivity, strange sensations. They will create 2 diagnoses for you. So you'll be given a potentially, anxiety, their baseline anxiety. Your baseline anxiety has now worsened, and then they'll come up with a new diagnosis. So they'll say you have a fibromyalgia, you have something like that, or you have some type of small fiber neuropathy. They won't put the constellation of symptoms together to say, actually, in the context of this person's history and their benzodiazepine use, they have this. Because they don't understand that diagnosis, they will group you into having 2 separate ones. And so that's one way that they miss it. The other way that we commonly see this missed is that people get diagnosed as having what is now called a functional neurological disorder, and which was called in the past conversion disorder, or even further back than that, hysteria. And this means that they believe that the symptoms that you are endorsing are psychological manifestations of anxiety. So they're just saying he's just feeling these things because this is his outward expression of his anxiety. It can be like pretty dismissive if you're in a lot of this pain. You may also get a diagnosis of illness anxiety disorder, where they'll say, we've done all these tests, we cannot understand why they have such a significant amount of pain. They must be obsessed with their health. They must be exaggerating these symptoms, which really have no basis that we can find. So that's the overview of why your doctor may not recognize protracted withdrawal, and maybe what's happened to you, or maybe how they've diagnosed you in the past. I have another video on this channel which talks about how you can educate your provider on what protracted benzodiazepine withdrawal is, and hopefully reach a better collaboration where you guys can be working together on the same diagnoses. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and did this happen to you? Were you misdiagnosed? If so, please leave a comment below if you feel comfortable. I'd love to read that and hear about your experiences. Thank you.